Welcome everyone, LanceScurv here. It's a bit windy up here on the top balcony, but I'll take that any day. Hopefully you can still hear me. I wanted to say or speak about how the various systems are rigged that we follow or that we're under. From very young, we're taught that if you go to school, get good marks, listen to your teacher, come out, get a good job, work hard, play by the rules, you'll have everything you want. You'll be successful. But whose definition of success is that? Really and truly. The people that have constructed the system have constructed a system of mass deception, especially in the present day. How many people do you know that, and there are some, who have done things the right way, not according to the system, but what they saw that they can get out of the system? Because many just blindly follow as though they're going to get rewarded something. And when I say the system, I just don't mean jobs. The systems of religion, the systems of employment, of course, the systems of government, everything is rigged. And after a while, you realize that in this life. If you don't realize it, you will be in a state of eternal suffering. And it won't be eternal because we're not going to be here forever. But your time on this earth, after a while, the frustration will go in, because if you are not smart with what you earn, if you're not smart about these shysters who head these religions, who sell you a dream, but they never tell you about real spirituality. They only tell you what they want to tell you to corral you off into something that even they don't believe in. It's one big hustle. There's no order to it. As far as a divine order, there's order to it, all right, but it's a man-made order. Here we are every so many years, every 4 years for the major elections in America, and every 2 years, right? Otherwise, believing that if we vote for this one particular person, they're going to change everything for us. They're going to change our reality. And they may do certain little token things to make you feel good at the moment, but it's nothing that's going to last. Vote for yourself. Elect yourself. Understand that you are the president of your life. You are the leader. Now, when I say that, I don't mean to remove God, the creator, whatever you call the supreme being. We're not going to argue over names. But no, that will always be the center. And you have a direct relationship with the creator, just the same way I'm sitting up under the same sun that wherever you are, when it's daytime, you can see. I have my own direct relationship with the sun. I find it funny that many people go to a church, let's pick Christianity and the church, and they say you have to have a relationship with the Son. They say Son of God, but I also know that that Son is also the Son of God. There are many sons of God in the universe. You have to have a relationship with the Son. And you have a picture of this white Jesus that behind him is usually a stained glass up in the pulpit, behind the pastor in the more elaborate churches. And behind his head is a sun. But he's standing between you and the sun. Why can't you have your own direct relationship with the sun? Bill Gates talks about blocking the sun. If there's nuclear war and nuclear rain in the clouds, the sun is blocked. When the sun is blocked, what happens? All life ceases over time. The plants can't grow without the rays of the sun, right? So we need the sun. So they overlay their talk of deception over reality and have you toiling, reaching for something that they know that you can never get as long as you believe and swear by the systems that they put over you from birth. Isn't it something? Thinking back in school, to go from one class to the next, what happens? A bell rings, and then we are like trained puppies. We go to the next class. We are being conditioned. And even when you look inside the high schools and the elementary schools and the middle schools, aka junior high schools, depending on where you are, aren't those colors so gloomy? They're so gloomy. There's nothing festive about it. Maybe only in kindergarten to jumpstart you into coming into their system. And I know I'm speaking abstract right now. I'm just throwing some things out of my brain that I know support the fact that the system is rigged. And what do you have when you're in prison? Sometimes they have bells that go off certain times of the day. Time to eat, time to sleep, time to go to the nurse, time to see your lawyer. Everything has been put on us that we're waiting for something external to corral us off in the system that we obey because we're told that it's a good thing for us. And we feel funny after a while. After a time, something doesn't feel right. So either we question and look for answers, or we just submit even harder into the system. We push our head down into the sand even more, the sands of ignorance and denial. Because after a while, if you're smart, you'll embrace the fact that you realize that you've been duped. You've been fooled because it doesn't feel right. How is it that you can work hard and they ask you to work overtime and they'll give you a little more money, but more taxes come out? You work more, but it seems like that you're not getting more. And you can see it on your paycheck that you made a little bit more money for the hours that you put in. But once the taxes come out, and once the medical comes out, and all these little fees that come out of your check, what do you have? Are you wealthy now? You work on these jobs for all of these years. You vote for all of the politicians that you think are gonna do right by you. You go down and you try to serve at the church. Days that you're tired, you say, well, let me do something for the Lord. Let me help them to clean it up. Let me help them to take out the trash or do the lawn. I'm doing God's work. Is that really God's work? Or is that man who set himself up as a God through these systems to benefit from your effort? And like I said, after a while, you feel like you're duped. You feel like you're fooled. Because you were. And I find it funny that I'm here in the motherland and we have so many people. They can't wait to get to America. They can't wait to get to Canada. They can't wait to go to the West. Because over there, I can make so much more money. And over there, they can take that much more out of you. The cost of living you never consider. The crime, the drugs. You think these countries over here have corruption? Oh, it's more corruption and it's dressed up to look good. Why do you think many of these politicians fight to get into office? Because of the perks that come along with it, being in position. It's a system that wasn't meant to serve you. This is why they had to knock off Gaddafi, who had the free medical care for all the citizens of Libya, who had all of these perks that were given after the profits of oil. and the profits that they had from their country shared with the people. The West couldn't stand that, because if the people in other countries see this, and leaders who are righteous in their heart see this, they might start doing for them. And the people in America, in the UK, will see this and say, hey, why aren't you doing this for us? A true leader is about the people. They serve the people. They're not looking to extract from the people. They're not just looking for a photo op for a time before their election to look good, kissing black babies, talking the right talk at church, right? And when they get elected, they're gone. You can't even see them. That system that teaches you to be a worker, not an owner, not a thinker, not an entrepreneur. No, that's not acceptable. And they want to scare you that you can't make it on your own. They want to program you that you need this job. I remember one of the jobs that I left, and people were saying, oh, well, what are you going to do? What do you mean what I'm going to do? I'm going to earn money. You don't have to just have one income stream. Everybody's looking for the one big income stream. Why don't you have 10 that are hopefully doing great, but they're doing good? And you add them all up and you have flexibility. You don't have to ask anybody for time to leave. Can I have time to go on vacation? And they tell you no. I had that happen to me, and I told them, well, I'm gone. They want to control you, and they want to control your mind. And we go through this whole thing, our whole lives in the system. The pain and denial that we're in at the same time, as well as learning to live with less and less. And so we feel that we get up and go to work and come home, eat, sit in front of the TV set, or go on the computer, or look through our phone for a little entertainment to distract us away from the pain. And that's a normal life. But when you take charge, when you think outside of the system, all of a sudden you're a threat. All of a sudden you need to be shot down. I don't mean shot down with a bullet, but sometimes they will do that to you also too. It's easy to control information that goes out on the internet, and people don't realize that. If you're speaking something that goes against the system, well, guess what? They may say there's a couple of hundred views on your video, maybe even several thousand. But how do you know it's being seen by anybody? Maybe 3 people, 4 people. They control that system. So this is why even in cyberspace, you have to know how to move independently. Deal direct with people. Whatever you can use it for, but don't use it for foolishness. Use it for reach. People get so glad to get on and jump around and dance and act stupid. And I understand there's wayward ways of making money. A lot of our sisters get on TikTok, get on Instagram, get on Facebook, and put on something tight and shake their behind and wait for the offers to come in to go lay up with somebody for money. That's the fact. That's the reality. We've got to learn to live with less on purpose while we gain in other ways to take control. Well, I gotta have my this, and I gotta have my weave, and I gotta have, oh no, I can't live without that. Well, you'll never go higher. Do you think the astronauts that go up in space, so they say, do you think they're taking all of this baggage with them? They only take what's needed, and that's very little. They don't take anything out of their home. I gotta bring this with me and bring that. No. They're going up there for a reason. To study and do their research and whatever astronauts do. But even when and I noticed this here, and I'm rambling now, but I'm going to come back on point. Lots of times when we travel, what do? We bring 10, 15 bags of luggage You bring half your wardrobe and end up not wearing it at all. You don't come for the experience of traveling somewhere else. You're coming to show out. I want to wear this when we go to this function, and I want to wear that. And you're missing out on going somewhere and learning and experiencing something that would change your mindset. This is what we do. I'm going to say it. I lived in Orlando for a number of years, Orlando, Florida. Although at the core, I'm a New Yorker for life. And they have Disney World. I used to see these little white boys and white girls from the UK. And I'm driving the bus every day going up and down the same route. And I see a lot of these younger folks from those parts of the world. They got a knapsack, a pair of shorts on, a durable pair of sneakers. And I'm seeing them several days in a row, and they're talking to me, asking me questions when they hop on the bus. And I'm like, this joker got the same stuff on he had yesterday and the day before. Maybe a change of a t-shirt, but they travel light. And comparing it to how we think, do we travel light? When you have a classroom and you have a chalkboard, what do you have before the next class comes in? There's that eraser. So you erase everything that was on that blackboard or that green board so that the next class can learn. Why am I saying that out of nowhere? We carry too much luggage and we don't erase our past, not to forget it, but we're not open to receive new experiences because our mental blackboards are cluttered with the previous classroom's lesson, and we need to clean that off. There's so many things we react to. There's so many things that affect us. Instead of pulling away and saying to ourselves, okay, let me look at this situation for what it is right now. It may not be that I went through before. When I came out here to Ghana, I'm seeing the police officers. And as I walk past them, I got a smile and a dap. Hey, brother, how are you? I'm looking, wait a second, I'm the same guy that was beat by 11 police officers back in January of 1989 in Queens, New York. I know very good friends of mine that I consider brothers of the police, but the overall feel because of my experiences was not pleasant. So to see the contrast was beautiful and it was amazing. But imagine if I brought that with me and they go to dap me and I go put up my fist, right? So we can't allow the conditioning in this system, which has fooled us and duped us and deceived us, and our own conditioning from the people that we're around that echo the same talking points to get you thinking a certain way and keep your mind narrow. There's so many people out here that I know all over the world. I haven't traveled to every country, but because of the internet, it has afforded me to be able to speak to people from all different types of countries, all different walks of life, but many of us don't take advantage of that. We just go to the same sites and look at the same thing. As broad as the information is out there, we just go to the same old thing. I know people who have traveled out of the country and some within the country, the United States. And when they went to the other state, their wife went out with the kids and enjoyed the whole city that they are visiting. And these jokers would sit in the hotel room and just look at the same thing on the phone. This is how we approach life because we've been taught this. Many a times, if we don't independently break that training in our mind, we're going to sit here and live life waiting for death, as so many of us are. I want to absorb new experiences. I want to see new places. I don't want the same old envious, gossipy spirits around me. As soon as I see that, I'm getting rid of you. No. Every beautiful day that comes is a blessing. And it's a chance to know something different and amplify your internal rhythm outside of the system that corrals you mentally to think that America is the only place in the whole world to live and enjoy. I'm not going to sit there in that place and take my retirement money and it's not going to stretch as far as it needs to stretch and be up and down the same place and inflation going up. No, I'm out of here. And I'm here right now. I may be somewhere else. I'm seeing other places that are even better for certain things. But right now, I'm good. I'm in no rush. I'm cool. I'm taking life as it happens without the influence of a brainwashing system on my mind. The world is a big place. Why is it that our minds are so small to not embrace that? Why? Because of the training of that indoctrination that we had from birth. That we have to think a certain way in a system that serves somebody else. And again, having lots of money is not wealth. You can say so, yeah, on one aspect. But what about the man who has trillions of dollars? Let's just say it that way. And he only has 30 more days to live. Is he truly wealthy? Is he? To have your health. So why would you want to live in an environment where your health is being destroyed? Right? Now you got to pay out all this money for medication and so they say, right? And this hospital care and whatever you have, you accrued in this lifetime financially is sucked out because it only takes one health scare or medical situation to take everything away that you have. And then when you lay there on the bed, maybe unfortunately you have but so many days to live. You're thinking about all the days that you sacrifice going to work and doing overtime and sacrificing in the houses of worship and the gossipy people that go there. Thinking about all the people who are not visiting you because they didn't give a damn about you anyway. That's why I only keep people around me who I know they have my back. And when I say around me, I'm not around the bulk of the people that I knew in America, but in their hearts and in my heart, they know that we're with each other. You don't have to be within close physical proximity to have a heart that loves you. You can have people that act like that only because they see opportunity in you or they can get things from you, but that's a whole different story, and I always talk about that anyway. But just pick apart in your mind. Is the system serving you? Or is it using you? Is it dangling a carrot in front of your face? And you're on the hamster wheel running after it, thinking, well, if I just push a little more harder, I'll make it. And oftentimes you can pay your bills, but it just feels that the fatigue inside of you is growing and the money is getting tighter. What's up with that? And these people in high places, so-called high places, right? Those are the biggest crooks. Stealing, pilfering, doing things under the table, making back-end deals. And then not only that, but you have these secret societies that look out for their own. And if you're not part of it, you're not going to get the perks. So you move independently. Realize that you, like I said before, you are the president of your life. You're the leader of your life. We know that the Creator guides you with your direct relationship with the physical sun here and you being a son or daughter of the Most High. You don't need a middleman. Don't let some shyster try to insert himself in, because that's big business. That's money for them. And proximity to your physical body if you're a pretty young thing, if you know what I mean. They're looking to take and steal and even destroy anything that threatens their position. What is it doing for you? It's not selfish to think that way, right? You're doing for all of these different systems, and you're getting older, and look around you. Most people, they pass on and never had a chance to enjoy the fruits of their labor because they were giving to a system that sucked them dry. I'm gonna wrap it up on that. I just want to say thank you for coming along. I enjoyed myself, and I'll be back tomorrow to speak from the heart. I hope my abstract way of talking didn't throw you off, and make sure to go to LanceScurvX.com and sign up with your email address. It'll pop up right there so that you can get all of the stuff that we can't talk about on social media. Okay? Much love to you all. LanceScurv out. On to the next one. Peace.